I'm the Flat Cap Traveller, and in this episode I'll be exploring Wilson's Promontory in the southeast of Victoria. Now sit back and enjoy the views. Okay, for my first walk I'm off to Squeaky Beach. Now Squeaky Beach is a 2.1 kilometre walk, which should take about 45 minutes. Now I'm going to stop off at Pillar Point and see a few things along the way, so probably take a little bit longer than that. See how we go. Mount Oberon. This is Pillars Point. Now Pillars Point is 1.8 kilometres from Tidal River Campground. I'm on my way to Squeaky Beach, but this is a little bit out of the way. Had to walk about an extra 700 metres each way to get here, but as you can see, well worth it with the views. Now I'll turn the camera around and you'll see where I'm headed. So that is Squeaky Beach, that white sandy area, and that's going to be my next stop. But let's just have a look at the panoramic views. That part down there is where I came from, and that's Tidal River. You can see all the cabins and the cars and the campground down there. Fun fact, Wilson's Prom is the southernmost tip of mainland Australia. There you go. Now, it was a bit of a challenge getting up on this boulder. Haven't quite worked out how I'm going to get down, but I think maybe sliding might be an option. I'll just show you. Let's give it a go. heading back to Tidal River. This is what I look forward to crossing. It's a 2.1 kilometre direct walk. I'm about 1.7 kilometres to go. And just take it easy. Now, flies are killing me, even though I've applied Aerogard not too long ago as well, reapplied. Yeah, they love the stuff. It's just something you have to put up with in these parts. Have to remember to every now and then stop and take in the view. And a sneaky breath. Fun fact, the Bunurong and the Gunai Kana people are the traditional custodians of South Gippsland area. There you go. This is Whiskey Bay. Just heading on down to the water. Put my feet in, at least. As it's part of the southernmost point in mainland Australia, I would have thought it'd be cold, the water, but it actually isn't. Now, that doesn't mean I'm still going to go for a swim. I think this is about enough for me, but yeah, quite surprised. Now, this is Whiskey Bay. I'd like to give you some fun fact about why it's called Whiskey Bay, but I can't. I'd like to say that the water tastes like whiskey, but no, not to be. Sorry. Whiskey Bay is just a nice small area, sort of nestled in the hills here. It's actually quite nice, not too many people. Be a perfect place to come for a swim. Now, maybe, just maybe, might be called Whiskey Bay because of the colour of the big rocks and boulders here. It has that sort of whiskey colour. Only thing I could think of. Okay, so this is Whiskey Bay from a sort of high vantage point. That's where I just was with my feet in the water. Okay, this here is Picnic Bay. Now I'm not quite sure where the entrance down to the, or the pathway down to the water is, but I think I'm just going to leave it here. There's a bit of a hike all uphill coming this far. I think it's time to go back. Around Wilson's Prom, these little lizards, skinks, they're everywhere. They normally just rush across, but this one's taking his time. Maybe he's checking me out. Alright. Whoa, there's a bee on me. Get away. Alright. See you, buddy. Okay, on my way to Mount Oberon summit. You have to take a shuttle bus to the start of the hike, and from there it's a 3.9 kilometer walk uphill to the summit. They say it takes about an hour and 15 minutes, but we'll see how long it takes me. It's a nice day for a walk. Not too hot at the moment, but I'm sure it will heat up as the day goes on. Okay, so yesterday's walks were graded 2, which wasn't too bad considering my age and size. Now today's up Mount Oberon is graded 4. I'm about 1 kilometre down, Man, not feeling it too much. I'm just trying to keep a steady pace. Okay, now the incline has increased a bit. You can start to feel it in the legs and the glutes. About halfway up, just stopped for a little bit of a drink. It's probably twice as hard as yesterday's walks. Not feeling it that much at the moment. Yeah, we'll see how we go on the way to the summit. Hope the views are worth it. Okay, been going for about 45 minutes. I reckon I'm more than 3/4 of the way there. You can actually hear the water from up here as well, so I think we're getting close to the summit. Alright. Pulse was nudging 160 there at one stage. Yeah, so this will be my last stop before I reach the summit. Get the heart rate down just a little bit. Legs are fine. Yeah, we'll next time you see me, we'll be at the summit. You can see the big boulder and the telegraph pole. It must mean one thing, almost at the top. Okay, now there are people at the top there, so that must mean I've got to get up there. Alright, one last push. Halfway. The last part of the climb was quite challenging. The views were well worth it. fun fact, Mount Oberon is 558 meters high.
In front of us here is the Tidal River Caravan Park, and next to it is the beach at Tidal River, and right at the back there is Squeaky Beach, where I went to yesterday, that little white patch of sand.
Okay, made it back down to the car park. Took me just over 40 minutes to get down. Only stopped there once for a drink, but time to have a nice baguette that I got this morning. The bakery Manian, looks very nice. A salami and salad baguette. Yum.
Time to get back on the shuttle bus and head back down to Tidal River.
Okay, off to Miller's Landing. It's a 2-kilometre walk, take about 45 minutes each way, and it's at the north end of the prom. So this is going to be my last little trek before I head home. Bit of a blister on my left foot underneath. It's not that bad, and just feel it coming up. Alright, let's go. Now this is the furthest south that you can find mangrove trees anywhere in the world. This lot of trees though still show the damage from bushfires that we had here in 2020. So this is Miller's Landing. The landscape's very different up on the north side, and definitely not as nice as it is on the south. It's basically just swampland. Not nice to look at and not nice to smell either. Quite pungent. Anyway, you don't know until you go to these places. So yeah, not the best of the sights that I've seen on this trip, but yeah, I can tick it off. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Thanks for staying with me. If you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.